Welcome to 0 to 10. When you add 0 to 10, you get like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That ain't 10. So you replace the beginning, which is the void before the start, to 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I put down 1, if I put down 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, I put them all down. I arrive at everything down. Nothing is all down. 10 was all up. So we need to integrate how we begin after 9, it becomes 0, 1 again, because 9 and 1 connect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We end up at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're missing 1 for 10. 0, 1 is a reconnect. Reconnect within the same 5 and 5. That means the maximum we get is 5 and 4. This is number 1. I know nothing really ever makes sense, but it's understanding. In this new scenario, I'm taking the Monopoly board, okay? And I'm going to be starting off at the trains, okay? I'm going to be starting off at Pennsylvania, right? Pennsylvania Railroad is gone, right over here. See, the Mediterranean is here. The Mediterranean is here. On one line is short line, right? Is that short line, right? You take the Mediterranean, which would be usually go, right? Over here would be short line, right over here, short line. And then over here would be the opposite of short line, right? What's the opposite of short line? Railroad. Anyways, that's this Monopoly thing I'm setting up to do an inside board. The next thing I'll be positioning are these numbers here. These are all calculated. Check this out. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. All these ones and all these voids because these are single digits. All single digits, I'm not sure what I'm going to use. Rotations are gateways, are trains and passages. We get the 33. We end up with 3, 6, and 9. We end up with the Sun, Mars, creation. 315 says ace. Ace in the IT system. 16, the spirit of creation, the half-life. 7 and 6 is 1. 1 is a representation of a spirit, is a passing area or a dividing area. 13, 7 plus 6. 13, 7 times 6, 42. 6 times 7 equals to that same number. 24, the day of man. 14 is the DNA and the B world of man, son of man. Inside 10, you get 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. What is this? Plus and minus, and multiplication. Inside 23, we get minus, we get plus. 1, 11, and 30 equals to 41. 41, 4 times 1, 4 plus 1 will equal to the representation of what 33 is. 27, okay, 27 over here. Down here is 54. Let me make my screen bigger even for myself. I'm going to put the camera down so I can lean my elbows on the table. Okay, we end up with 45 and 27. This is Win Big Red. Inside the farm, it says E-I-E-I-O, 5, 9, and 4. 5, 4 is the sun. 9, 4 is the birth inside Mars, Jupiter, Pluto. 94 is a representation of Uranus. 9 is the birth, 45 is the birth, 20 equals to the IT system, the passage inside the sun. Here's the cube, DC, creation of the cube. 410 is your communication, Roger, or Roger Rabbit. My ears are on, not my ham radio. My ears are on, both my ears. My ham is over here. Okay, 17 equals 78, the doorway, which is the queen, created by numbers 5 and 2. 5 and 2 will create these. Right, we're going to use all the numbers of all the low numbers and multiply them and use them as 2 numbers instead of 1. How do we get 4? 2 and 2, 1 and 3. How do we get 6? 3 and 3, 4 and 2, 5 and 1. So we're going to use all scenarios. That's why I'm leaving them out for now. And it's just what I came up with. 7 times 8, 7 plus 8, 56, 51. You minus it, 41 DNA. You add it, 71. Back to the same number. We're dividing. 2 times 3 is 56. I'm going to show you 2 numbers, which will be 15. If I can find the 15 on here. Excuse me, hold on a second. 15, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5. 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. Same numbers, same number. 23, 15, 32, all the same result. The difference is this one comes in black, this one comes in red. 1 and 5 are both red. 3 and 2 is 1 red, 1 black. So we have 1, 2, 3 numbers. Okay, I'm not sure. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 3 and 2. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, minus. You add it, it's 5. You minus it, it's 1. You multiply it, it's 6. Add it, becomes Mars. 1 and 2 is a reflection here. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is 2. 3 and 2, 5 and 1 become 1 and 2. 1 and 2 become BC communication. Become 5 and 6 again. 5 and 6, 6 and 5 become the, in counting, 56 equals to number 3. 65 equals to number 7. And the white world or the cue ball. So all these numbers in roulette through separation. And remember, the numbers come back again in the wheel, right? It's just rotating. And while you rotate one side, okay, I've only done one side of the matter. The complete opposite of the matter, 2 is opposite of 7. B, creation. 14 and 9 win the big red sun. When we come to 4 and 34, 34 DC, add 6 minus 6, 30 is creation. Remember, this is a symbol. 30 is a symbol. 9 and 15 come together. Okay, 9 and 6 equals to that 15. 26 is missing to equal to the 30. You minus it becomes 26. You add it becomes 34. 34, 34. 34 and 13 come together. 11 and 3 come together. So these are all telling us a story. I don't know what it is. I have to get down with a machine and put it all on a screen. To write this on paper, it'll take me lots of pages. I won't be able to organize it properly, so I'm doing it very slow. This is our roulette board. Okay, two sides, right? What number you see on one side, all I have to do is put my plug in, my pen in on this side. I end up with this side. I end up with this word over here. Whoop, I lost the, I'm not sure how to show this, but I have the front of the wheel, right? I have the front of the wheel and the back of the wheel, right? I don't have my spinner on here. And I have these two grids, how they line up. See the way they have to be lined up? They must be lined up this way. It's an obligation. Otherwise, they won't be able to fit on the same page. Obligation, two sides to a cube. The higher and the lower. There's got to be something else out there. Yes, we're going to do that in the next video. It's going to be about Mars. We can do it in here. Let's just continue it on in here. And I've done this before. I just want to do it again. Phobos, panic, fear. Deimos, terror, dread. Moons of Mars. Okay, that's one of them. When you want to talk about her world, you talk about 50. The next one to 50 is 94, 83, 72, 61, the half-life, 19, the spirit, upside down. You want to drag one more piece into this. You want to find out. This would be noted as the half-life right over here, this space. You see the way it comes in? If I turn it this way and create two of these, okay, we'll end up with the Star of David. This is your barn. This is where Jesus was born. This is just the top part of the barn. The center of the heart where the rooster crows. Okay, he crows from this door over here. Remember, we have to find where center is to all the worlds. Right? And when I talk worlds, you can talk the same worlds as, if you want, we can bring this one up over here. Separating the day between night that God explained. Right? If you separate day between night, go on the Monopoly board and go on both Monopoly boards, we'll be on the outside. You play only the inside. So you would have to play from where the trains cross the center. Here's the center board. The end one. We bring the trains in, right? We bring the trains. So you bring the first 5 properties. And then you stop on free parking. Notice the way it's double up lines all the way around? King Roi, KR. 11, 2, and 9. That is your birth. Valet Jack. These are French and English. 22, 4. Jack 10, 1. 4, 1. DNA. Queen 4. 1 and 7. Split of Mars inside of the Queen. Then you have Tanzis, T and D. The reason they come together is because we always have to say T and D, representation of 10 in English, and Zis in French, which says 9. Woman, hole, pillow man. Man, hole, woman, pill. We take the pill, okay? And these are the separation of the two sides. Me and all of you creates the TV set, number 52. Here's your 8 separating the center. It's actually the separation of 2 boards. These 2 are singled out inside these boards. But in fact, when you connect the 2 boards together, right, you must take the whole area to comply with area space needed for movement of this. And they could be designed separately. I'm not really sure. This number here, okay, this is very special to me. I can't explain it right now, but I'm going to try my best. When I go adding a 0 to this or minusing a 0 in a certain game that I play, the first number after 000 is 5767. Okay. The next number before 0 is 1150. Now, these are very relevant to 2 sides of creation. This one goes through the moon, and this one has to do with the separation of Venus inside Mars, Saturn, 66. The opposite of 4 is 4. The opposite of 6 is 6. The opposite of 1 and 1 on the cube is 6 and 6. This shows me the cube world of communication, 2 different sides of 0. Anyways, we're going to leave it at that. Not happy with this video. I like when the videos are perfect. Obligation. Obligation. Create a triangle and a triangle here. These are the obligation lines of what I must do to get around this triangle. Okay? In baseball, you have 27 outs. Times 2 for the offense, times 2 for the defense. So that means you have 54 for the offense and 54 for the defense. 2 defenses, 2 offenses, both teams. 108 outs are played on the field, registered in different areas of paper. Citizen, are you a citizen? City, ITI. The band, radio. The earth, reg, sister. Tear says Earth. This is the plug-up between 2 sides, SIS, the birth of 2 sides. Communication in the gateway. Quarters as they go. I know this is hard to understand. 7 times 2 is 14 or 41. 27, the red sun of creation in the Saturn sky of altered current. B&E breaking and entering into the Venus world. So now we've done all this. We went through Discover. We went through this part. We have not done the second part here, which is I will be going over this. Yellow, yellow. Yellow equals 92. The yellow ball is the 1 ball. 1 equals 34. The yellow ball is 92. 42. Remember, this is stripe. I should be putting another number up for stripe and solid, but I did not. They will retain numbers. 42 in yellow, the 9 ball equals to 42. The yellow ball equals to 92. 9 and 4 is Uranus. Blue equals to 40. Blue equals to 40. Yellow and blue equals to green. So the 1 ball and the 9 ball, which equals to 8, 10, 18, or 2. 18 or 2. The blue ball equals to 2 and 10 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 9 is 1. 1 and 3 is now the red ball. Yellow and red come together. Now we have, but in this scenario, we have yellow and blue creating green and green. Green equals to 49. 7 times 7. The first green equals to 6. SIX equals 52. The second one is 14. 10 and 4. Communication. 7 times 7. The gateway to the IT system. DNA inside the sun. When you minus it, you create the moons of Jupiter. Electric company. When you have the first green, you have man 6. You have the 2 sides of the field, the 55-yard line. Minus the 6 creates DC. Inside the blue world, again, electric company, but this time inside of man because they pertain to zeros. All zeros equal 6. Blue world becomes 42 and 38. The church, 2 sides. 2 sides and 9 lives of the cat, because when you get 9, when you get 5, and when you get the ace, you're always talking about the center. The center that is, how can I explain it? It's just like, it's the middle of the Monopoly board. There's 169 areas. Only one area stands in the middle of all. When you stand for yellow, you end up with 83 inside the church. You end up 101 communication, 9 and 2 is your birth. Yellow. Inside the yellow 1, you end up with 1. 91 is the spirit. 93 is Saturn spirit. Inside the church, 101, birth of communication. Inside the blue world, where the 9 lives of the cat relies on top of the church. 38, 24 the day, 11 on 2 sides. 2 sides, right? Communication, the tail and the head. The blue world comes into 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, equals to 15 and 8, creation of BC communication inside the secondary 10 world. This will also equal to the cue ball. 0 equals 6. 2 to 1, advantage. Green now equals to Jupiter, DC, electric company, regarding the moon. And it goes on because there's a lot more balls than that in pool. But for now, Raphael mixing up red and blue, equaling to purple. And now we have DC, the purple connected skies. Thank you for watching Electric Company Connection of the universal space that we live in and understand, not regarding the total space of the universe of totality. Thank you for watching.